There's an attitude about pigs that they're disgusting, they're just dirty creatures, and they kind of just want them dead. And I've talked to people that go helicopter hunting.
It started with strange sounds in the middle of the night, scratching, grunting, something massive moving through the darkness. Farmers across Texas would wake up at 3 a.m. to noises that made their blood run cold. By morning, the horror was revealed. Entire fields destroyed, fences ripped apart. The ground torn open like something from hell had erupted from below. They didn't realize cameras were recording them. Then this happened. Security footage captured creatures the size of small bears moving in packs, razor-sharp tusks gleaming in the moonlight, eyes reflecting the camera flash like demons, destroying everything in their path with terrifying precision. These are not mythical beasts. These are wild boars. And they have turned Texas into a war zone. Over 4 million of them, breeding faster than anyone can kill them, causing up to $1.6 billion in damage every single year. An invasion so massive, so unstoppable, that farmers thought they had lost the battle forever. But then something changed. Texas discovered methods so shocking, so unbelievably effective, that the entire country stopped to watch. This is the story of how humans fought back against a monster invasion, and what they found will leave you speechless. The night everything changed. Sarah Mitchell will never forget the morning of June 14th, 2019. She walked outside her farmhouse in Caldwell County, expecting to see her cornfield ready for harvest. Instead, she saw devastation that looked like a natural disaster had struck.
County.
But when you get a bunch of hogs in your cornfield every night, it can be devastating. I know last year I probably lost
50 acres, completely destroyed. Stalks trampled into the mud, roots dug up and scattered, deep holes everywhere, some 3 feet wide and 2 feet deep. But it wasn't a tornado. It wasn't a flood. Security cameras revealed the horrifying truth. A pack of wild boars, over 30 of them, moving through her field like a military invasion, organized, methodical, destroying everything. The footage showed them working in coordinated groups. Some dug up roots, while others stood watch. When one group tired, another took over. They worked for 6 straight hours through the night. Sarah called the sheriff. She called animal control. She called wildlife services. Everyone had the same response. "There's nothing we can do. They're everywhere." That's when Sarah realized Texas wasn't dealing with an animal problem. This was an invasion, and the invaders were winning. Most people think wild boars are just pigs that escaped farms. They're wrong. Dead wrong. These creatures are hybrids, a nightmarish combination of domestic pigs and European wild boars that were deliberately released into Texas forests in the 1930s by wealthy ranchers who wanted exotic hunting. What they created was a monster. Adult males grow to 400 pounds of pure muscle. Their tusks never stop growing, curving upward like bone daggers, sharp enough to rip through human flesh in seconds. Their jaws can crush bone. Their sense of smell is so powerful, they can detect food buried 25 feet underground. And they're smart, terrifyingly smart. Studies show wild boars have problem-solving abilities that rival chimpanzees. They learn from experience, they remember danger, they adapt faster than almost any other animal on Earth. One farmer in Bastrop County set up traditional cage traps with corn inside.
The city hopes that this trail of corn and the traps like the one you see behind me will help catch the group of wild hogs that's been destroying neighbors' yards.
For 3 nights, hogs approached but never entered. On the 4th night, security footage captured something chilling. An older boar sent a younger pig inside first. When nothing happened, the older one entered. But it kept 1 foot blocking the door trigger. It ate the corn and backed out safely. The entire group learned the trick within days. Another farmer tried electric fencing. The boars tested it with their snouts, felt the shock, and within hours figured out they could push downed tree branches against the wire to short it out. These aren't dumb animals. These are intelligent invaders adapting to every human defense. The damage that never stops. On a cold February morning in 2021, rancher Tom Valdez walked into his barn and froze in horror. 3 newborn calves lay dead on the ground, massive bite wounds on their necks, blood everywhere. His first thought was a coyote or mountain lion. Then he saw the tracks, cloven hooves, dozens of them. Wild boars had broken through his fence in the night, entered his barn, and killed his livestock. Not for food, just because they could. This wasn't an isolated incident. Across Texas, the horror stories multiply every single day. In Moorhead, Kentucky, a family's security camera captured something that still gives them nightmares.
A couple living in eastern Venice is upset about wild hogs going hog wild in their backyard, destroying almost everything in their sight.
A pale, hairless creature moving through their backyard at 2 a.m. long limbs. Strange, jerky movements. It looked almost alien until experts identified it as a wild boar suffering from mange, so severe all its hair had fallen off. In Irving, wild boars invaded suburban neighborhoods. They destroyed school playgrounds. They tore up golf courses. One pack broke into a swimming pool area and contaminated the entire system. But the truly terrifying damage is invisible. Wild boars carry diseases that sound like they came from a horror movie: swine brucellosis, pseudorabies, leptospirosis. Some can spread to humans through simple contact with contaminated water. If a disease like foot and mouth ever enters the wild hog population, experts estimate it would cause $21 billion in losses and potentially collapse the American pork industry. The invaders weren't just destroying property, they were becoming a biological threat. For years, the solution seemed obvious: hunt them, kill them, eliminate the threat. Texas hunters kill approximately 750,000 wild boars every year. That's more than 2,000 per day. Weekends see trucks loaded with rifles heading into fields. Hunters with night vision scopes patrol after dark, and yet the population keeps growing. Here's the nightmare math. A female hog reaches breeding age at just 6 months old. She can have 2 litters per year with up to 12 babies each time. One female can produce 24 new hogs in a single year. Even killing 30% of the population annually isn't enough. Scientists calculated that humans would need to eliminate 70% every single year just to keep the population stable. To actually reduce their numbers, they'd need to kill even more. It's mathematically impossible with traditional hunting. But the real problem is intelligence. After a few hunting trips, the boars learn. They become nocturnal when humans hunt during the day. They avoid areas where they've heard gunshots. Entire groups abandon feeding sites if one member gets killed. One wildlife biologist in LaGrange spent months hunting a specific group. He'd see them on cameras every night. But the moment he arrived, they'd vanish. It was like they could sense him coming. Security footage later revealed the truth. The boars had learned to recognize his truck. When they heard his specific engine sound, they'd retreat into thick brush where he couldn't follow. By 2015, Texas farmers realized they were losing. Despite killing hundreds of thousands of hogs annually, the population had grown to over 3 million. Some counties reported fields so damaged they couldn't plant crops anymore. Desperation set in, and that's when the unthinkable solutions began. The Sky Hunters. When Governor Greg Abbott signed House Bill 716 in 2019, most people had no idea what was coming. The law made helicopter hog hunting legal, and it unleashed something Texas had never seen before. Imagine this. You're a wild boar feeding peacefully in a field at dawn. The sun is just rising. Your group is spread out, digging for roots. Then you hear it. A distant thumping sound growing louder, faster, closer. A helicopter drops from the sky at 60 miles per hour. The door slides open, A man leans out with an AR-15 rifle. The shooting begins. Companies like Helibacon and Divided Find Ranch turned hog hunting into something out of an action movie. For $5,000, customers climb into modified helicopters with doors removed. They're strapped in with harnesses, handed semi-automatic rifles with 30-round magazines. Pilots fly just 50 feet above the ground using thermal imaging to spot hogs hiding in brush. When they find a group, they drop even lower. The shooter has seconds to fire before the hogs scatter. One company operates over 2.5 million acres of Texas rangeland. Another has access to 400,000 acres. They hunt 7 days a week, year-round. The results are staggering. A single 2-hour hunt can eliminate 50 to 100 hogs. Some experienced shooters have taken down over 1,000 in their lifetime. Video footage from these hunts looks apocalyptic. Hogs running in panic as the helicopter roars overhead. Shots echoing across empty fields. Bodies dropping one after another. But even this extreme method wasn't enough. Because helicopter hunts are expensive, most farmers can't afford $5,000 every few months, and the hogs that survive learn to hide in areas helicopters can't reach. Texas needed something more, something unstoppable. Late one night in 2020, farmer Miguel Hernandez sat in his living room 30 miles from his ranch. His phone buzzed, a notification from his trap camera app. He opened it and saw 15 wild boars feeding inside his trap. Not one or two, 15. An entire family, babies, adults, the whole group. He tapped a button on his phone. On his ranch miles away, a metal gate dropped instantly. All 15 hogs trapped in less than 2 seconds. This wasn't luck. This was technology, and it changed everything. For decades, wild boar traps were simple cages with tripwires. The problem? Hogs are too smart. They test traps. They send young pigs in first. If one gets caught, the rest never return. But smart trap technology eliminated that problem completely. Companies like Boarbuster and Jaeger Pro developed cellular-connected traps. Farmers mount cameras that stream live video to their smartphones 24/7. The trap door is controlled remotely. Here's why it's genius. Step 1. Set up the trap and fill it with corn, but don't activate it. Let the hogs eat for free for several nights. Let them get comfortable. Let them trust it completely. Step 2. Watch the camera feed. Wait patiently until you see the entire group inside. Not just a few, every single hog. Step 3. Tap your phone. The door drops instantly before they even realize what happened. This method eliminates the trap smart problem, because hogs never see danger until it's too late. By the time the trap activates, escape is impossible. One farmer in South Texas caught 33 hogs his first try. Another in LaGrange trapped over 320 hogs in 2 years using just 3 units. But these systems cost $7,000 to $8,000 each. Most farmers can't afford that. So Texas Wildlife Services created a loan program.
Texas farmers and ranchers may soon get critical support as the Texas House passed House Bill 43 to expand a vital loan program.
Farmers borrow a trap for free, use it for weeks, catch every hog on their property, then return it for the next farmer. In 3 years, this program removed over 5,000 hogs from Texas ranches. But even this wasn't the final answer, because Texas needed something that could reach every hog, every forest, every hiding place. They needed something that sounded impossible, something terrifying, something that would spark controversy across the entire nation: the poison debate. In 2017, Texas Agriculture Commissioner Sid Miller made an announcement that shocked the country. He wanted to poison wild boars, all of them.
Now, Texas Agriculture Commissioner Sid Miller released his own plan, he says, could build on the administration's efforts to lower the cost of beef.
He called it the hog apocalypse, a final solution to end the invasion once and for all. The method? Warfarin, the same chemical used in rat poison. The EPA had approved a product called Caput Feral Hog Bait, specifically designed for wild hogs. The plan was simple but brutal. Place warfare and bait stations across Texas. Hogs eat the poison. Within days, they die from internal bleeding. But the public exploded in outrage. Hunters feared poisoned meat would contaminate the food supply. What if someone ate a poisoned hog? Environmentalists worried about water sources. What if poison leached into rivers? Ranchers didn't want dead hogs rotting on their land, creating a health hazard. The Sierra Club filed complaints. Wild Boar Meats, a company processing wild hog for restaurants, sued the state. They argued poison would destroy their business and harm ecosystems. A judge issued a restraining order. The warfare program died before it ever began. But scientists didn't give up. They found something better, something that sounded like science fiction: sodium nitrite. It's the same chemical used to preserve bacon and ham. In small amounts, completely safe. But wild hogs lack an enzyme most mammals have. Without this enzyme, sodium nitrite prevents their blood from carrying oxygen. They fall asleep. Within 3 hours, they're dead. Here's the genius part. Most other animals, including humans, dogs, cattle, and deer, can process sodium nitrite safely. Secondary poisoning is minimal. The chemical breaks down quickly in the environment. Researchers from Texas A&M ran years of tests.
Here at Texas A&M, many are curious about the social effect of what the virus can do to others.
They designed special feeders that only hogs could access. In field trials, 70% of hogs in the target area were eliminated with 0 non-target deaths. It looked perfect. Then, disaster struck. During a test in northern Texas, someone left bait crumbs outside the feeder. Nearly 200 birds found them and died. The EPA immediately paused approval. News stations ran stories with headlines like, "Texas poison kills hundreds of birds." The program collapsed under bad publicity. As of 2025, no poison has been approved for wild hog control in the United States. Researchers are still trying. But public fear and environmental concerns block every attempt. The debate rages on. Is it worth risking non-target species to eliminate an invasive plague? Or are there better solutions waiting to be discovered? While scientists debated poisons, something unexpected happened. Texas discovered wild boars could be profitable. High-end restaurants across the state started featuring wild boar on their menus. Sister in Dallas serves wild boar bolognese. Cultivar in Houston uses it in traditional Italian dishes. Even steakhouses began offering it as premium protein. The meat tastes similar to pork, but leaner and slightly gamey. Chefs love it because each animal tastes different depending on what it ate in the wild. But there's a catch. To sell wild boar meat legally, it must go through USDA inspection. Farmers can't just shoot a hog and sell it. Companies like Southern Wild Game created supply chains. They work with ranchers to trap hogs alive, transport them to USDA facilities, slaughter them under federal regulations, process the meat into cuts sold at H-E-B and Whole Foods. This creates a strange incentive. Instead of paying to eliminate hogs, some farmers can actually make money from them. One rancher in Uvalde County made $15,000 in a single year selling trapped hogs to meat processors. Another in Blanco County turned hog removal into a side business. But critics worry this creates a conflict. If hogs become profitable, will landowners actually want to eliminate them? Or will they secretly want populations to stay high? It's a dark economic reality. The invasion might have created an industry that depends on the invasion continuing. County-by-county war. Across Texas, individual counties started fighting back with creative and sometimes desperate measures. Lee County implemented a bounty program. For every hogtail turned in, hunters receive $15. Participants must take quarterly classes on hog biology and legal trapping methods. In 1 year, the program paid out over $50,000. That's more than 3,300 confirmed kills. Bosca County offers similar bounties. Sutton and Edwards counties used grant money to hire helicopter crews for coordinated aerial assaults. LaSalle County took a unique approach. They gave grant money to a high school welding class. Students built pig traps as part of their curriculum. The traps were then loaned to local landowners for free. One official said, "For a few $1,000s of metal, we created a new generation of pig trappers." In the Texas Panhandle near the Canadian River, coordinated efforts between landowners removed 78% of the wild hog population over 3 years. It required every ranch in the area working together with the same goal. These localized successes prove progress is possible, but they also reveal the harsh truth. Every county needs resources. Every county needs cooperation. And even with maximum effort, hogs keep breeding faster than humans can kill them. As of 2025, the war continues. New technologies emerge every year. Thermal imaging rifles allow precision night hunting. Drones scout massive areas faster than humans ever could. AI-powered cameras identify hogs and alert farmers via text message the instant they appear. Some researchers are exploring contraceptives, chemicals that could sterilize female hogs without killing them. But delivering contraceptives to wild populations is nearly impossible and extremely expensive. Others are testing gene drive technology, a method that could theoretically make hogs infertile across entire populations. But the ethical implications are terrifying. What if the modified genes spread to domestic pigs? What if it affects other wildlife? The truth is brutal. There is no single solution. The only way to win is through combination warfare. Helicopter hunts, smart traps, night hunting, bounty programs, fencing, and maybe one day approved toxicants. But here's what nobody wants to admit. Texas might never eliminate wild boars completely. The best hope is population control, keeping numbers low enough that damage becomes manageable. It's not victory, it's survival. Wild boars have been in North America for 500 years. They've survived everything humans threw at them: hunting, trapping, poison attempts, helicopter assaults, bounty programs, millions of dollars in research. And still, they thrive. They've adapted to every climate. They've learned to avoid every trap. They've survived every weapon. But Texas farmers refuse to surrender. They keep innovating. They keep adapting. They keep finding genius solutions nobody thought possible. From helicopters with mounted rifles to smartphone-controlled traps to coordinated county-wide elimination efforts, the battle rages on. Every year, Texas loses up to $1.6 billion to these creatures. Every year, farmers wake up to destroyed fields. Every year, new piglets are born, and the invasion continues. But every year, humans fight back with more determination than before. This is not a story with a happy ending. Not yet. The wild boars are still out there. 4 million strong, breeding in the darkness, waiting for the next opportunity to strike. But Texas discovered something the rest of America is now copying. The genius methods developed here: helicopter hunting, cellular trap technology, bounty systems, meat commercialization, are spreading to other states. If Texas can figure out how to win this war, everyone else will follow. The creatures that invaded 500 years ago are still here, but so are the farmers who refuse to let them win. This is the story of a battle between human ingenuity and nature's most adaptable invader. A war where both sides keep evolving, keep adapting, keep fighting. The wild boars didn't realize cameras were recording them. They didn't realize humans were watching, learning, planning. And now, Texas is striking back with methods so effective, so unbelievably genius, that the entire country is watching to see what happens next. The war is far from over. But one thing is certain: Texas will never stop fighting, and the boars better be ready.